incarcerated woman begins a new life story.
My dream is to have a book subscription service.
But she doesn't know where to start.
The hardest thing that you do as an entrepreneur is dollar number one.
Will she be able to subscribe to a new business model and flip the script on her past?
There's nothing better than someone saying that I'm willing to take money, give it to you for your idea, your hope, your dream.
I'm Ryan Smith, and you're about to watch Jonna's heartwarming journey on today's Free Enterprise. For most formerly incarcerated people, the first step to starting a new life is a new job. But many find it almost impossible to get hired with a criminal record. So the answer might be to become their own boss. With the help of Brian Hamilton, one of America's foremost entrepreneurs, who built a variety of successful businesses over 30 years, along with his team of experienced mentors, these aspiring enterprisers are learning the skills they need to turn their passions into profits and a brand new life. The work is hard, but the payoff is priceless. This is Free Enterprise. A troubled childhood can often lead a person down a very dark path later in life. Jonna Giles had a very traumatic upbringing. At 18 years old, she moved out and began living on her own. Unfortunately, she was influenced by a bad crowd and ended up in prison. But during her incarceration, Jonna did a lot of self-reflection, and she became determined to turn her life around. Today, Jonna is a vibrant young woman who is only in need of a little direction so she can realize her dream of running her own business.
My childhood was a little difficult, but my mother has always been supportive of me, and so I've always felt loved by her. I've always marched kind of to the beat of my own drum. When I was younger, me and my friend robbed a credit union and a convenience store, and the next thing I know, I was arrested and I had 3.5 years in prison. I love my mom, and I don't think I've ever been so upset with myself than I was in that moment when I recognized the pain that I caused her.
With the help of her family, Jonna hopes to open a book subscription service in order to share her knowledge and her love of reading with the world.
Most everyone who approaches me, they just have an idea. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the beginning. It's great. My job is to give them very specific tools to be successful. To be successul as an entrepreneur, you need 5 key things: product, customer, market, the numbers, financials, but most importantly, by far, the you factor. What's inside of you? No idea what I'm in for today? I'm going to see Jonna. She wants to start a book subscription business. Jonna, how are you? My first impression of Jonna is energy. I almost got blown out of that door when I first walked into the house.
I'm Ann.
Ann.
Yes.
I'm Brian.
I'm Lisa.
All right. So, Jonna, tell me about these 2 beautiful women.
So this is my mom, my biological mom. This is my stepmom. We met when I was in my wild, young, and free phase.
Okay.
So they've been together for around about 8 years, and they got married a couple of years ago.
Jonna has 2 moms. They are both supportive. They love her. And this is rare. When people go to prison, that's not always the case.
I'm very proud to see Jonna taking her first steps. I'm sorry, I'm getting ready to cry. I know she's going to do great things.
She has always loved to read. And I mean, even as a toddler, she was reading.
So you want to take that love and turn that into a business. So
Yes.
let's talk about it. What kind of business?
When I was in prison, I worked in the library, and I fell in love. Not with reading, but with saying, let me expand your genre interest.
So you love reading, but you found out that you could sort of match people's desire for certain types of topics or whatever with reading.
Yes.
And that happened in prison.
Yes.
I really commend Jonna for trying to combine what she loves to do with a business. So how would you figure out what kinds of books people like?
Well, how about I show you, and then we could get more into the business idea.
Like for me?
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
To show Brian that my idea is viable and that I know how to get the proper books into my customers' hands, I'm gonna let Brian test me out. I have my questionnaire that I want to use
With potential clients.
with potential clients.
Okay.
This is what I'm going to base their subscription off. How often do you read?
Never. No, I'm just kidding. I read every day.
Really?
Yes, I do. I love history. I love autobiographies, nonfiction.
It feels amazing having Brian do my questionnaire today because he's the first person that I've shown it to. Are there any books that you've absolutely disliked and why? So it's amazing to have him here, and with his expertise, I know that I can critique it and tweak it to be perfect for my customers. So I haven't even finished this, and I'm not gonna lie, I already have a suggestion.
How did you do that, telepathy? I like Jonna's plan to use a questionnaire. I like it. The thing looks good, but it also shows she's a professional. Now, will that be the final format of that? Probably not, but it's a good start. The hardest thing that you do as an entrepreneur is dollar number one, going from zero to one. And when I say $1, I mean literally $1. How do I get $1? Getting the first customer. What can you do today toward that first dollar? Let's list it out. In your business, Jonna, which is high touch, you need cards. Any entrepreneur always needs business cards. Business cards are a small and very cheap billboard for you. What else?
I need to find a place to get to the customer, like bookstores,
Yeah.
coffee shops, maybe even a library.
We want to get an in with the owner or the manager. When you go out to market, are you going to deliver these books, paper books or electronic books?
I should offer both.
Right, okay. How do these books get delivered, assuming they're paper books?
So if they're paper books, I'm gonna have like a special little box. I want it to be a really pretty black box that gives you the idea that you're getting a present.
Can you ship the book? You're
Yes.
actually to send it.
Yes.
Nice touch, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, that shows that you care and that it's personalized.
Yes.
Definitely. There are other people in the market who are doing similar things to you. I've got a buddy named Cameron who actually has a box subscription business.
Oh wow.
And I'm gonna hook you up with him. Sound good?
That sounds phenomenal, actually.
Coming up, Jonna meets with her mentor and sees the writing on the wall
Oh
So this
wow.
would be the largest box.
when Free Enterprise returns. Jonna Giles dreams of starting her own business, curating books, and creating a personalized subscription service for avid readers. Today, she's meeting up with a mentor who has developed a similar service, and he's ready to share some advice to help Jonna turn the page on this chapter of her story.
I know that this is a great step forward for me to meet with someone who has experience and who is just really knowledgeable about business and what I want to do. Nice to meet you, Cameron. I am so excited.
So Brian said that you love books and you want to start a subscription service.
Yes, and he told me that you have one already.
I do have a subscription service. It's called the Durham Box, and each season we introduce new vendors to the public. So there's products, discounts, offers from different local makers and entrepreneurs like yourself. So what's the name? Do you have that yet?
I wanted to keep it simple, so I wanted to do the box, but I want to brand it by obscurity. I want to have little known authors, like what you do, even if it's not local, just people who are underappreciated.
And so would you curate your box around the reader?
Actually, I'm glad you asked. I have a neat little questionnaire.
I think Jonna's idea for the subscription book box is one of a kind. She's the one curating. It's not just a generic, here's a book that you like. She's actually giving you something that she thinks that you actually read.
Ever since I was a child, I love books. And so while I was in prison, I got to work at the library and I recognized just this joy that I felt in putting a book that someone loved into their hands, expanding their horizons. I have always been a reader. I was the kid who stayed up late at night under the covers with the book light. Right, with the book light.
I love Jonna. She has that ability to talk to anyone and tell her story. I think she has a story that a lot of people listen to, and that's exactly what the Durbox is about, by lifting different stories, different backgrounds. What price point are you thinking of each tier?
I haven't thought well on price. Price is a big deal for me for like the subscription service.
A good key to make a profit is 3 times what you pay. That's at least that. And then go back online and ask people, hey, here's a price range. Yeah, that's how I did.
That makes a ton of sense. I'm actually gonna take that asking an online poll, especially given all the groups that I'm in.
Yeah.
Talking to Cameron is helping me realize that I can achieve my dreams, that I can do it as long as I follow the steps, and as long as I just am determined and get my foot in the door, I can get from 0 to 1, as Brian says. So do you have any kind of suggestions for how I kind of get my foot in the door?
Yeah, just get your foot in the door. just go in. I just walk in the store and introduce myself and tell them my idea, and walking around town with flyers and sticking them on telephone poles, or going and introduce yourself to those bookstores and how that works for them.
Hearing Cameron tell me that I just have to get my foot in the door brings to mind Brian telling me that it's important. The first thing is to take the first step and to make contact with customers and contact with business owners that can help.
I want you to know that it might feel like you're failing, but you aren't. Sometimes life happens. You're gonna kill it.
I'm doing my best.
Well, I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to subscribe.
And I can't wait to pick up a Durham box. My family's gonna go nuts.
I can't wait to have you in the Durbox and promote you through that. We should do that.
We should. That is awesome.
I would love to feature Jonna in the next launch because of her story. I think Jonna has the keys to succeed with her business. I think she has the what, and now she just needs to find out how and the who.
Okay, I've done my official business stuff. Can I please see what's in this box?
sure.
Because I have been fangirling a little bit.
Coming up, Jonna meets back up with Brian and learns the value of networking.
But I also want her to network with people who can be buyers, who can get her cash.
When Free Enterprise returns. Provided by Pain Relief. Jonna Giles is currently on the path to success, but she still has a long way to go before she realizes her dream of running her own book curating business. Today, Brian Hamilton has invited Jonna to a bookstore to learn all about the ABCs of networking.
How you doing?
I'm so great.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
So I love this. Your pants match your hair.
Of course, I am now a fashion diva post-president.
So listen, before we get rolling, tell me about Cameron. What did you learn from him?
Networking and how the subscription boxes work. He's so experienced. I learned decades worth of information.
That's great. That's really good. Networking, right? Getting the word out. You gotta do it in any business, right? Because we never know. We're gonna be planting seeds all over the place. We never know which ones are actually gonna grow. You got me?
Yeah, we reap what we're sowing. We're sowing a lot, so we're hoping to reap a lot.
Absolutely. So here we are. I brought you here to a business owned by 2 women.
Okay.
It's a bookstore. These women know authors.
Right.
Right in your domain.
I'm excited.
All right, let's go.
All right.
See, I should open the door for you. What am I doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
I want to get Jonna on the battlefield to a bookstore. More importantly, to someone who's been through the entrepreneurial experience and who can actually be a buyer. Jonna, Beverly, Jonna.
Me too.
My name is Beverly Macabele. I am the founder and CEO of Profila Book Cafe. We are a bookstore and coffee shop. We carry literature by Black authors across the world.
My goal is to create a curated book subscription box. I want to get to know you as a person, you as my customer. I want to connect your passions with your passions.
I think you said a very important thing. You said the word curate. I want to curate a subscription box. And I think that that's what's going to distinguish you from someone who is selling books online. Right off the bat, that's interesting.
it's really important that Jonna learns how to network, no doubt about it. But I also want her to network with people who can be buyers, who can get her cash.
Really want to build relationships with publishers.
How would she do that? How would she contact publishers?
Go on to the info websites, right? And you look at a contact us form. A really important organization for us is the American Booksellers Association. Then you learn how you get to an author. And then I really don't want you to underestimate social media. Every single one of the events that we've put together, we've been able to just get to the author through social media. The other thing, actually getting the books, there's ways that you can leverage that to get the book. So that's something that you have to think about.
If you don't mind, what do you mean by that? Because that's great.
Yeah, that just means that you get an account with terms. That means you get an account with someone, and you say, can you give me about 30 books, and I'll pay you back in 30 days. I'll open a tab.
You give you the inventory, and then when you sell, then you can pay them. Yeah.
So that's one way that you can go about it.
If I wanted to talk to you about it,
Yeah.
maybe a tab, because first of all, I'm obsessed with pretty much every book you have in here.
We've never done anything like that, but surely we could maybe talk about how that might look. The idea of partnering with Jonna is really exciting because I think she's got a great idea, and I'm hopeful that we'll be able to help her out.
So listen, we've gone over a couple of basic things, right? Put your fist out. So when you started, this is your knowledge base, right? Now I'm gonna come on top of you,
Yes.
right? And then you're gonna put your hand on mine, and this is experience.
Yeah.
So we go, knowledge that we got, knowledge from Brian, which is not always totally sufficient, okay? But knowledge you get when you go out and you play the game.
Yes.
And you know what happens? This just gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you extend your network and you extend your experience. But now, it's up to you. You have to go out and get it done.
Make my steps and make my success with myself and my support group. Thank you so much for talking to me today. That was awesome.
That was great.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Can I interest you on some coffee, tea?
Coming up, Jonna advertises her new idea. Will she be able to book her first customer?
So if you're interested,
When Free Enterprise returns. Jonna Giles is a passionate young woman with dreams of creating a business that will match her clients to the books she thinks they'll love. Today's an important day for her because before she can open her doors, she has to find her first customers. So she's out pounding the pavement, looking for people to give her a chance to write her own story as a successful entrepreneur.
I feel anxious. I feel excited. I feel nervous. I feel anxiety because this is literally the biggest opportunity that I've ever had in my life. Hello. Did I stop you for a little bit and kind of fix my business? Okay, well, my name is Jonna Giles, and I am opening a book subscription box. It's curated for people, personalized for what they're interested in. Do you guys agree? Yeah. Okay, cool. It's important for me to get out here and start talking to potential clients and potential customers because that's my foot in the door. That gets my name out there, that gets my face out there, and that gets the box by obscurity out there so people are aware that it exists and that it's open for business.
That's pretty interesting. I spend too much time looking at my phone, so it's like getting into more books is probably something I need to do anyway.
Do you mind if I give you my business card? I'm out here, I'm pounding the pavement, I'm meeting potential customers on the streets, and I'm going into local businesses requesting that they will take my business cards in there and suggest that they hand it out to their customers. You read a little bit? Yes. So basically what I want to do is I want to personalize a subscription box to my customers. I care about what genre you like. I care about what interests you. That's why I include a personal note in each box. Okay. And so if you're interested, there's my business card and let me know and contact me. Yes, I will definitely be in contact and I'll tell all my friends. Thank you so much. Having potential clients say that they're going to reach out to me and are willing to purchase my subscription box is the ultimate validation. It's amazing. I hope one of the potential clients I met today contacts me so that I can send them my box. Bye-bye.
Coming up, Jonna's business is well on its way. But can she finally start a new chapter in life?
What you guys think?
When Free Enterprise returns. Years, Jonna is on her way to starting her own book subscription service. With help from her network of people, she's gotten a delivery box. And now she just needs some books to start her dream.
Hey, how are you doing? Good. Excellent. Let me just. John Giles, book curator. I'm super excited for you. You heard from Jonna. She was excited to be working with us. So I'm always encouraged by folks who are seeking out partnerships with us, and I think it's a great idea. You got your black box. It's got to be a black box. It matches the obscurity. What you guys think? I love this.
There's something so special about them.
Yes,
And they are black box.
I think it's serious.
Thank you guys so much. And now that we've kind of got this out of the way, do you mind if I buy some books for my first box?
Yes. Yes.
There's nothing better than someone saying that I'm willing to take the money that I worked hard to make and give it to you for your idea, your hope, your dream.
I know Jonna's gonna be successful because she's doing what she loves. So I know she's gonna be successful. Absolutely.
Every entrepreneur faces that leap of faith. Beverly did it. Jonna's gonna do it. I can't teach that. At the end of the day, you've got to be willing to go out there and leap into the business and give it a try.
Thanks for watching Jonna's incredible story. She's living proof that the American dream belongs to everyone, and everyone deserves a second chance. I'm Ryan Smith, and we'll see you on the next Free Enterprise.